let's begin. And I'm feeling kind of famous right now.
Sorry? What?
I'm feeling like kind of famous right now, being like here with you.
Well, thank you. I'm hoping that this channel will become really popular.
I hope.
It's it's growing bit by bit.
Yeah, sure.
So thank you so much for coming on to the show. My name's Amanda Lynn. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Daniel.
Welcome. Thank you so much, Daniel. Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico,
Nice. What part of Mexico?
Sinaloa.
Welcome to the show. What questions do you have for me?
Well, yeah, I have a lot of questions.
Great.
Like, how to sound? Well, I don't mind if I don't sound like a native speaker. I mean, every accent makes us, different, and that's what makes us, awesome.
Yeah.
But I would like to, sound more like native speaker.
Okay, so the first question is how to sound more like a native speaker.
Yeah.
I was just answering this question the other day. This is a really good question, and I have more to share about that. So, what I was saying before is what you want to do is imitate native speakers. So, you listen to videos or your favorite TV show or anything like that, and you listen to native speakers and you copy and you listen and copy. Record the, just like hit record on your phone or any device that you have and record you copying the native speaker. Play that back and listen to how it's different. And from there, you can see, okay, well, I did well at this, but I need to change this sound. So then you go back and practice again until you get it like that. Try to focus using like full sentences so you learn the intonation. Another trick is check out YouTube videos on pronunciation. There are tons of really good pronunciation videos to show you exactly what your mouth should look like, and it shows you the inside of your mouth on how to make that sound. And then you look in a mirror to see if you look the same, if the shape of your mouth looks the same as what's on the video. And that's a great way to practice those weird sounds that you hear in English. And one other one that I highly recommend is if you really want to change your accent and sound very natural, you can get an English teacher that is an accent reduction coach. So you can look for things like people that are specialized in pronunciation or accent reduction, and you can go through classes with them. And I would even recommend asking the teacher to have the class on Zoom so you can record those pronunciation classes, practice together with them, and they'll train you on how to sound more natural. And if you have a recording of those lessons, then you can play back those lessons and review your lessons.
Well, and you know what I do? I love all these sitcoms, these New York sitcoms, Friends, How I Met Your Mother, and all those stuff. And I always watching them, and as it goes, and I'm repeating all.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, if you have like favorite shows, then listen to those and copy them. You know, whenever the character says something, you just try to act like that character and say the same thing. When I'm studying a language, I'll have the show on in the background while I'm cleaning or doing something else, and I'll just be imitating them while, and getting more things done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are a lot of things that you can do to sound more natural in English. Do you have another question?
Yes, it's about idioms.
Oh, good question. This is what I like. What's your question?
And where can I find all those idioms you guys use in English?
That is a very good question. And this is why I'm starting to develop a course for idioms, like learning idioms through natural conversation, because I've been teaching English for almost 10 years now. And the one thing I do not see in English books and material is the idioms that are used in everyday life. So I even will get my students to the advanced levels in this book, in these English learning books. But if I use a very common idiom that is used in America like every day, they don't understand. So there's definitely a gap there. And I've tried finding books on idioms, but the problem that I was having was I would find books on idioms, even from big publishers like Cambridge, but I would say half of the idioms, if not more, half or more of the idioms in those books aren't even like really used. They're very rare. Maybe they got them out of novels. I don't know, but like even native speakers either don't understand them or don't use them. So that is definitely a challenge. There have been a couple of websites that I've been able to find. Not, I can't really remember the name of them, but I've Googled them. There are a couple of good websites of idiom lists, but unfortunately it's just a list um, with definitions, which is, it's a good start, but I really, I see that this is an area that really needs better material and more material. So yeah, that's what I've been working on.
I think books are not really good for idioms. I mean, uh, what you see in a book, it isn't what you guys talk every day.
Exactly. Yes. So I really wish that I could tell you what my favorite idiom book or idiom material is. I have not been able to find it. Um, so I would recommend checking out the lists of idioms, and anytime you're listening to native speakers, try to listen to the natural native speakers, like try to, at this level, intermediate and above, try not to use English learning material so much anymore. At this point, use actual material that's made for native speakers, like YouTubers or TV shows. It's not for learning English, it's just the natural English, and use that to learn English, because any material that you find is very watered down. Which, watered down is an idiom, which means it's so simplified to be easy to understand that you're not even learning the real English, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't found a book. You haven't found a book because you haven't written
Sorry?
it. You
Oh,
have.
I haven't written it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm working on it. I
Okay.
do have one video in my YouTube channel that I started posting the lessons, like the conversation lessons with the idioms. And it goes over way more than just idioms. It also goes over understanding grammar in a more natural way, not like the complicated way that books explain grammar and pronunciation. And it goes over quite a lot in the lessons with a heavy focus on idioms.
Well, if you find that material, please share it with me.
Definitely, yeah. Check out my YouTube channel. I have one video posted about that so far. And as soon as I get the time, I definitely plan on making more. And there is also in my Facebook group when you go to that video, it'll link in the description the Facebook group where I have the PDF file for that lesson.
Well, thanks.
Definitely. All right. Do you have another question?
Another question, yeah. It's about accents. You know, I love all these accents and what make us different. I love this British accent, but I would like to sound more like American.
Okay.
Then my accent, I think it's more focused on American accent.
I see. Yeah, I like the British accent too. Yeah.
Without the R.
Yeah. So what's your question? Like how to sound more American?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, luckily the US has quite a lot of media to share. So, yeah, I would say, when you're using the imitation technique, like I explained before, where you listen to native speakers and copy, listen to Americans. And if you're looking for a language coach, choose one that is from the US. So that way you're picking up the American accent. And in the American accents, there are tons of accents to choose from there. I mean, of course, there's the general American accent, like what you see in most movies, but then there's also like the New York accent and the Boston accent and Texas and California. They all have their own accents.
Yeah, Irish accent.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Do you have another question?
Um, well, I think no. Do you have
Nice.
a question for me?
What's that?
Do you have any question for me?
Yeah, how long have you been learning English?
I've been learning English for 10 years, I think.
Nice. What do you think has really helped you to improve your English? Like when you noticed that your English was really starting to improve, what were you doing around that time?
Well, what I was starting, I learned a lot with this software called Rosetta Stone. Uh, and then just watching movies,
Nice.
shows, and all that media.
Nice. Yeah. I hear from a lot of people that movies have really helped them to improve their English. When you watch movies, do you watch them with subtitles?
Yes, I watch on subtitles.
That's good to start out with. And I tell people, if you want to improve your listening skills, try watching the first few times without subtitles. Because when you have subtitles, you're really improving your reading more than your listening skills.
Okay, subtitles, but not in Spanish. I mean, in English.
Ah, in English, yes. But yeah, if you're an absolute beginner, then you like in beginner or elementary, then it's good to watch the subtitles in your own language because at that point it would be too much of a language load to try to watch the movie in English subtitles. But as you move to the intermediate levels, you want to start watching the subtitles in English. And there are ways, I should actually make a video about this. There are ways to print out the transcripts and the subtitles for YouTube videos and TED Talks. that's also helpful if you're practicing.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on to my show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
Definitely. And if you have any questions, just let me know. You can always send me a message after this, and I'll be glad to get back to you. And again, I appreciate so much you coming on to the show.
Thank you.
Definitely. Well, this is Amanda Lynn with Speaking English Today, and I'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.